You know, I talk about my dick index in my book. I say that it's 66, and as of last Monday, I think that shit is 70, and who cares, right? So when I first got into hip hop, a really close friend of mine said, yo, Sophia better not start fucking rappers or she'll be done. And I thought, you're right. And it's fucked up. Because you boys, you can fuck whoever you want. And you'll get patted on the back and you'll get the fucking high five for all the girls and all the models and all the bitches that you fucked. But if we start having that conversation, you will judge us. And that's not fair. That's patriarchy. It's sexist. We as women, and particularly as women of color, are constantly navigating this extremely taut and thin tightrope between figuring out how we want to present. Like, I say that I would rather work with a man who wants to fuck me than a woman who wants to be me. And I know that there will be feminists banging on me for that. But I know the power of being a woman. And I don't like the notion that we have to behave like men in order to be powerful, because that immediately to me diminishes the power of being a woman. We are so powerful. I think we're more powerful than men. And having the confidence in who you are, in how well you do your job, I think is very helpful, because what other people look at is, well, who's that woman over there? Because she's fucking smart and she always gets her job done. So be good and be thorough, and don't fuck your boss, because that never ends well. I consider myself a sex-positive feminist. I am raising my daughter to be a sex-positive feminist. And the notion that somehow with each penis that enters my vagina that I am less of a woman it is so 20th, 19th, 18th century. You know, I talk about my dick index in my book. I think in my audiobook I say that it's 66, and as of last Monday, I think that shit is 70, and who cares, right? But the notion that we get asked that question is, to me, because you are subjecting us to a purity test. And somehow you think the more penises that have been in our vagina, there is a direct correlation between how pure we are and therefore how suitable we are to be your partner or the mother of your children. I want women to be able to own their number, whether it's 2 or 200 or 2,000, without having to be ashamed of it. So what I say in my memoir is, I announce this number to you, and I am not proud of it. It's sure as shit, I promise you, I'm not ashamed of it either. I think in terms of sexuality around Asians, we have to acknowledge the incredible disparity between how men are viewed and how our women are viewed. So being frank about sex is something that runs contrary to what Asian American women are considered to be. I think we're considered to be docile and that, you know, geisha to go, and we're submissive, and that's really a fantasy for men. And if there are Asian women out there like that, it's not about that. It's not that those women don't exist or that they shouldn't exist or they should be ashamed to be that. But to kind of have this blanket assumption, it's erasure, because you're not allowing most of us who live between that to exist. Stop having your stupid preconceived notions about who or what we're going to be in the bedroom, and let us reveal that to you. And that should be a gift to you, instead of you going, oh, you're not that? No, motherfucker, I'm not that. You want to go look for that? Then fucking explicitly write it out in your Tinder profile that that's what you're looking for. Don't bring your bullshit, like, fucking racist assumptions to me. I was recently in Union Square with my girlfriend Meredith, and to the left of us there are probably 6 or 7 teenagers, probably around my daughter's age, and they're all boys. We're there for half an hour. Every single young woman and woman that came within earshot, he catcalled every one of them. Hey, how's it going? Nice quads. I have $500 in my pocket. What are we doing tonight? So I walked up to him and I stood in front of him and I put my hands in my pockets and I said, hey, can I ask you a question? He's like, yeah. And I said, do you really have $500 in your pocket? He said, yeah, what's up? And I said, you know you can buy pussy, right? Why don't you just take that $500 and pay to get your dick sucked, rather than sexually harassing every single fucking woman that comes in here? Because that's what the fuck you're doing. You're catcalling her and you're sexually harassing her. He didn't say a word. His whole crew was like, and I was so angry. And then I started thinking about my daughter. If my daughter was out here, my 17-year-old daughter, and I saw you talk to her the way you talk to those other women, I would slap the shit out of you. Because be clear on this, you are sexually harassing these women. There's no way that after being dressed down the way that he was, and with none of his boys defending him, right? None of them were like, oh, bitch, fuck off. They were all like, and I guarantee you that he thought about it the next time. Am I going to impact some ideological shift in everybody that I talk to? No, but I promise you, after hearing the words come out of Sophia Chang's mouth, it will give you pause the next fucking time you think about behaving in a way that's untoward like that, or abusive or offensive. As an Asian woman, as a woman of color who has lived her whole life on the margins, I refuse to let the dominant culture do that for me and impose their incredibly narrow, constricted visions of that. I am a 54-year-old Korean-Canadian single mother of 2 grown teenagers with this crazy haircut out here announcing to the world, my name is Sophia Chang, and I'm the baddest bitch in the room.